Welcome to Fun Factory Games Worth Playing. In this video, we will talk about a game that you may not have played and may have passed under your radar when released, but in our opinion is good enough to justify our time and interest. Because many times it's better to play a good old game than a bad new one. Thief was created by Eidos Montreal in partnership with Square Enix, released in 2014 for Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and transports the player to a world where corruption and oppression are its greatest characteristics.
Want to head over to the brewery?
The story of Thief takes place in a location known as the City. It's a city set in medieval times. If we were to bring this setting to our reality, the game would be set during the Black Death in Europe, during the late Middle Ages. The plot of Thief revolves around Garrett, the master thief. After a failed mission attempting to steal a mysterious artifact along with his partner Aaron, he finds himself in the midst of the beginning of a conflict between the Baron, who oppresses his people with a corrupt and violent police force, and the Resistance, which seeks weapons and knowledge to overthrow the tyrant.
I would have went for the pickle jar, Basso. A lot more weight.
Garrett. Shit. I see you still can't work a door. You don't come to see me, you don't write. I thought both you and Aaron had been killed in the mansion attack. Where the hell have you been?
I don't know.
You don't know. Fine. Forget it. Far be it for me to pry about where you've been for the last fucking year. I don't have time for this. Especially with the Baron's new duty on opium, thanks to this gloom sickness, not to mention the Thief-Taker General's black tax, squeezing us entrepreneurs.
If you got a job for me, let's hear it.
Are you sure you're up to it? Okay, so here's the gig. I need you to obtain a ring for me.
Getting married?
Never again, huh? You mangy bird. I swear one day I'm gonna have you made into a hat.
And lose the brains of the outfit.
I'm running out of fingers.
Good job, Basso. Good job.
Yeah, right. Belongs to a guy named Cornelius Greaves, one of those hoity-toity types who doesn't have any shit on his boots. Here you go.
What's the catch?
He's dead.
I'm a thief, Basso, not a grave robber.
Only recently deceased. My sources say he never took the ring off.
Doesn't seem much of a challenge.
Challenge. We'll be getting to him before the Carters pick him over. Rumor has it they've been taking bodies to that old foundry near Cinderfall. Crawling with the Baron's guards for some reason. Now, best way to that place is through the old chapel. And, don't screw this up, Garrett. Some of us still need to pay our dues.
You can't tax what you can't catch.
Yeah, get out of here. And you use the door, please. Still, it's good to see you.
My review begins by highlighting one of Thief's most incredible features, Its plot. The story of Thief is mysterious, making the player want to know more and more about the next step in the plot. That thought of "I'll just play one more chapter" is completely forgotten when paying attention to the game's story and immersing oneself in its premise. The player will want to know why Garrett gained abilities, what happened to Aaron, who that enemy is, etc.
Need to stock up?
Yeah? And all those years breathing fumes at the works should keep our insides nicely proof.
Coughed up some shit in my time. Remember old Tully kept a collection?
Nah, that's not how it went. A quack was giving him 2 pennies each for a study, he said. If Tully really got hacking, he could make more than we were getting paid. Of course, he's gone now. It's all gone.
That's the last of them.
There'll be more tomorrow. I'm starting to think they're the lucky ones.
Lucky, eh? Some of these gloomers bite off their tongues to make it stop. Some push in their eyes or their ears. Luck wants nothing to do with this city.
The old chapel on Morningside. The court of the Queen of Beggars.
The population of the city is being attacked by a relentless disease, which is killing thousands of people a day. The corrupt and oppressive police force only seeks profit and amusement at the expense of the sick population. All this plot, set with good graphics and voice acting, makes the player feel like they are in a movie. Although much of Thief's campaign takes place at night, this doesn't detract from the game's beauty. The settings will transport the player to the Middle Ages. The clothing and attire of the character's enemies or allies will demonstrate their level of power and wealth.
It's a lonely night.
It's the best kind.
Garrett, you walk a path few would wish.
That's the only one I know.
Quite. You know what they say about me?
That you know everything that happens in this city.
Not everything. Just the important things. What brings you here? Seeking my counsel?
A year ago, I was at the Northcrest Mansion. Something went wrong. What happened to me? What happened to Aaron?
A year ago. Men who believed themselves to know best try to control something they didn't fully understand for their own ends. The balance has shifted. We can all feel it.
That's your answer?
When my beggars found you after the accident, they thought you were dead. But you were not dead. So we healed your broken body and brought you from the city to keep you safe while we waited. But then, just after the gloom started, something began to wake you. It was time for you to return home. This city grows sick. It will tell you all in time, if you choose to listen. Careful, Garrett. There are worse things in the shadows than you.
Garrett.
Erin. Am I sick?
Although the movements are fluid in the animations and cutscenes in the part of the game where the player has no interaction, and the clothing adds immersion to the plot, the characters' facial expressions contrast sharply with their voice acting. This doesn't detract from the game's enjoyment or its story, but it is still noticeable.
Look at this. A highborn in with the lowlifes. Wonder what he's got.
Not out here, sloop for brains.
We carted him gentle as we could. You are treating them with respect, aren't you?
Respect? Oh, yeah. Set the cart down inside and get back to your sack houses. We'll take it from here.
My neck aches. Sure I stashed it up here. Crap. I'll never find it again in this murk. Run!
Mannequins. I came here looking for a body, but not this kind.
Should have been born a sir, not a servant.
Although it featured excellent graphics and storylines, Thief failed to properly map its sound design. The propagation of sounds in the environment where the character is located can be disorienting and even worry the player. At one point in our analysis, during a cutscene that took place inside a hideout of Basso, an ally of Garrett, it was possible to hear a guard's voice saying, "Hey you! Let me see your face!" There were no guards in the hideout, and we only realized where the voice was coming from when we left the location for the game's open-world map, hundreds of meters away from where the voice was heard. We believed it was a minor game bug that would soon be fixed. However, later in the campaign, Garrett was inside a ventilation duct leading to part of a building. While sneaking through the narrow space, a voice was heard, again that of a guard. The volume and clarity of the sound made us think the guard was behind Garrett or very close. And once again, when we traversed the entire duct, the guard who had spoken was a few meters ahead. Even after changing the sound settings, the problem persisted.
I had it better in the slaughter yards. This place stinks. Lights out. That's not good.
I wonder what they put in the sloop.
Stop!
Sick. I know it.
We've taken more than 100 dead each day this last week.
Got to say, Bloom's flushed more shit out of this city than the Watch ever could.
And the rich are starting to drop now too. The General will be pleased with all the cleaning up we've been doing.
Cleaning up.
Right, what?
What? I heard that! Guards! Someone's here!
Hey! Oh! I've got you, bastard!
Give me a locked door, I'll show you an open one. I haven't seen this mechanism before, though. Must be a key to fit.
No matter if you're rich or ragged, beggared or buttered up, you're all gonna burn. Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
I don't care if your mother's got the fucking clone, she's not coming to live with us. Thief Taker General, sir. There you are. Excuse me, sir.
What did this body have on it?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I was just gonna get another body when you came in and took over.
You know, I don't ask for much. Respect. A stiff drink. Gold. And for my men to do what they're fucking told. Put his body in the furnace and check it for coin. No point in wasting a bolt.
Robbing the dead of their valuables and their dignity. The thief-taker general exceeds his own reputation.
What was that about?
Time to steal that ring back.
Still, didn't see many bodies with rings until then. Hey, you don't suppose we should be checking for, you know, cock rings and stuff, do you? It's a ring for, you know, your gentleman's finger? No, no. No, some people have stuff like that. Well, the rich, anyhow. Didn't you know? Helps with getting it up or something. My brother, Daniel, knew of lost.
I'm here with my hands on a dead man's ass, and you're telling me about your brother tying his dong in a knot?
It's passed on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
That's a strong box. Another of the Baron's improvements, perhaps. It'll crack like any other. Nobles never miss an opportunity to admire their own crest.
Cornelius. Get this door open! Break it down if you have to! Thief!
I have the ring and a new best friend. But it's not over until I get out of here.
The voice acting in Thief is very good. The voices chosen for each character were very well done. Thief's gameplay is another positive aspect of the game. While not the best on the market, the player can learn all facets of the controls in just a few quick tutorials. Besides giving tips and teaching other tricks on the map loading screens, the game creates intelligent and coherent instructions throughout the campaign. For example, you'll learn when to slide from one shadow to another when the time comes. You'll learn to use focus only when necessary. It's an old and well-known formula, but quite effective. Garrett's movement is also very fluid. The turning control while running, the jumps, and the combat techniques are quickly learned by the player, who becomes a true archer. But don't think it will be so easy to take down enemies with an arrow. Another distinguishing feature of the game is its challenges and difficulty. Holding an arrow for too long will cause Garrett to lose the power and efficiency of his shot. Attracting the guards' attention will make them much more alert to the thief's next mistakes, in addition to incredible puzzles that will make many heads sweat trying to solve them. And let's not forget the dogs and birds that announce the thief's location if you make too much noise near them.
Intruder in the works. He's stolen something from the general. Earn your friggin' coin. Right away.
You can choose the best way to complete a mission. You can follow Garrett's approach of being as stealthy as possible and not killing guards, or you can forget all that honor and start shooting arrows at everyone. In addition to the main campaign, the player can undertake jobs, extra tasks that will earn them some in-game money. It's also possible to evolve Garrett at will. After his accident at the clock tower, he received special abilities, which are upgraded with focus points. By using these points, the player can improve the Master Thief's stealth ability, reduce the sound of his footsteps in water or over broken glass, increase his perception to more easily locate secret passages and items, among other possibilities. The missions are practically the same. Enter a place, solve puzzles, and steal an item. However, this isn't necessarily a negative point in the game. Each new mission involves a change in the plot, taking the player to a different environment where to reach the item that needs to be stolen. It's necessary to traverse various paths, avoid or kill enemies, open secret passages, solve puzzles, and finally find the item. Thief offers the right balance of action, RPG elements, and puzzles, preventing the game from becoming tiresome or boring throughout the campaign. The lack of multiplayer support might deter many players from purchasing the game. However, the plot's construction and development, combined with its setting and excellent voice acting, make Thief more than just a simple stealth action game, but rather an awesome experience for everyone who loves games with stealth and dark atmospheres.
Where do you think you're going?
I hope you enjoyed my video. Please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I'll be bringing more videos like this about games that may have gone unnoticed upon release, but are always worth playing. And now at a much lower price. Until my next video, thank you for your support.